Hello, everybody! It is Irrational Radio here with Old for Gold Enterprises, the show where I drag these guys through the desert of my own creativity. We are joined here by Mr. Eep as playing Sir Took, Arlon as played by Shady, and Jalal as played by John.
It's just Arlen. Arlen.
Shut up. He said my name right. Shut up. Shut up.
2 out of 3.
Let me have this.
Sir Talk, Arloon, and Jalal.
See what you've done?
Yes.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Yes.
It's still better pronounced than it was
You're
last
coming down.
Again, we are in the Mishan Desert, which is the large expanse of sand that is in the eastern side of the continent known as Paralandia. I'll pull up the intro video here so you can see what I'm talking about. And yeah, so you guys have been wandering around here for about a day and a half on the way to Pocket's Folly, which is a dungeon that is famous in the area for being the last dungeon that the famous treasure hunter Seymour Pocket ever tried to delve into. And apparently the first trap was something so terrible that it caused him to turn around, drop the key to the front door of the dungeon, and leave, quitting the dungeon life forever. You guys have traveled along the path that the last 3 people that ran your treasure hunting enterprise, and in fact hired you, left. Pull that up as well here. You guys are about halfway there. I think you made it something like 100 miles last time, so you're only about 2 days away, provided that everything goes right here. We are beginning at the dawn. Since you're traveling at night, this is the evening of the beginning of the 3rd day. You have awoken and you were, we'll begin at the morning of the 2nd day where you were attacked, setting up camp, because Mr. Archer said that everything was all clear. You guys started setting up camp and were attacked by a Duska. In the fight, Jalal was hit with the Duska poison and contracted something known as Dusk Flu, causing him to be sick and very weak and not feeling all that great. So we will begin with you guys under the slowly rising Mishan sun as Jalal is throwing up in the dunes, sipping his spirits straight from the jug, complaining about the taste in his mouth. Archer is sitting on one of the camels, slowly sharpening his knife, shaking his head. Yeah, what are you guys doing? Camp is almost set up. Like I said, this is the morning, so it's going to get really hot here in a little bit.
We had discussed the getting rid of his flu required it was like a type of flower.
No, it was it was a type of salt. It's called dune salt. Yes.
Dune salt. Okay.
We just
And that was not found here.
Yeah.
No, not found here.
It's
no.
not found here, but we might be able to find some from a passing caravan or something if we come across.
Yep.
Okay.
It is found in the Mishan Desert, but not in this part of the Mishan Desert. Not usually.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you guys, like I said, are halfway through setting up camp, and it looks like Jalal's not going to be any help for this.
Sir, did we bring like cups or something? I can't keep drinking from the keg.
Well,
It's really getting to me.
I mean, you were in charge of beverages, I believe. I think I have several skins or what have you, but no cups.
I told you I could get the drink. You had to bring the accoutrement.
Right, and I said I didn't know what that meant. And then you laughed and patted me on the shoulder and walked away with the finger guns, and I think you thought I was joking or something.
You never you never cease to amaze me. I'm happy to have you along, sir.
He pats him on the shoulder.
The only
Right.
thing that amazes me is the blood dripping from the wounds of my victims.
You don't have victims.
You can drop that whole
Him. Well, you.
tough
but-
guy act that you've been doing. We had this discussion about how you.
I know, but it's
I mean,
I've
you're
been
among
doing
friends
it so
here, so
much.
there's really no.
become part.
Arlon, let's calm down. All right, let's.
Did you just call me Arlon? We've been over this.
I'm sorry, Arlen.
Thank you.
Lonnie.
It's like every
Let's
time you
stop
meet a new
calling you
person,
Lonnie.
that's what they call you is
I'm-
Arlon.
I'm not exactly in the
Arlon.
best, headspace right now.
Clearly.
He just like pulls his shirt open. You just see the giant fucking like infected wound.
Yeah, it's a pretty big puncture wound in your like shoulder blade area or collarbone area, just like right there. Just
That is the scariest part to me, to get injured. Ugh.
oh yeah. The thing went like in between those two bones, just
That's a great
Please,
sensation.
please none
Yeah.
of that.
That's like biting on razor blades. Let's
Yeah.
not get into
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mm.
It was
Very
bad.
good.
It was bad.
I
You're
like
you're
Alan.
you're reasonably wounded, even for just the one pip that it did to you.
What? I am likely drunk then. Is
Okay.
there any
Yeah, no,
modifier for
definitely.
drunk?
I don't think in the system,
for
but
drunk.
yeah, my own twisted imagination will come up with some kind of detriment. So,
You
yes.
can give him one of those random other little
Oh, yeah.
shaky or something.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Confused, whatever.
Yeah, you are now confused as well.
I'll take it.
So drunk
Sold.
equals confused, or is that just
Confused.
generally like or whatever? not
Yeah.
in your standard. So
I think that depending on the kind of drunk you get, I might imply different disadvantages
Okay.
depending on the alcohol or the situation.
How are we feeling about day drunk? Because I'm day drunk.
Yeah,
Day
that's
drunk.
confused. You are
It's not day
confused.
drunk because we traveled overnight.
Right,
Yeah.
it is-
that's
it is
that's the
evening.
specification.
Yeah.
Day drunk is
Yeah.
Literally.
you know. Night drunk is more of a scarred thing.
More of shaky, more of a shaky thing. So yeah, like I said, the sun is slowly rising and it is getting hotter out here. Archer kind of goes, is it okay if I sleep with you again, Sir Took? I still have the black tent and
Yeah, look, I mean, honestly, I guess it's fine.
okay.
This place is starting to get a bit ripe, though, to be completely honest, between the two of
Yeah,
us. It's
I'm
like,
all this leather that I'm wearing. I really didn't dress well for this.
it smells like a Turkish sauna in there.
It feels like one. Yeah.
I don't know what, they don't know what Turkish is.
What's
probably, I
What's
guess.
a Turkish?
I
I
feel
have no idea.
like a rotting turkey, right?
You don't know words, but you just like say you have a slick imagination.
He nods.
As he
I
reaches
assume
over,
it's a thing.
Jalal's just cupping his hands and drinking from them.
It'd probably be best if you get some water, not just.
Well,
Is water
Yeah.
gonna make me not feel this?
Water's going to keep you from dying of dehydration.
I'd rather
while you're-
die dehydrated. Yeah, that sounds like a good death.
It's a
You're
good
more
thing we made
honorable.
that. It's a good thing we made that letter and updated it, huh?
Well, yeah, the people from the South, right? Like they have this thing about like honorable deaths and like dying with a weapon in your hand. It's kind of like that, except I'm refusing water and I only want to drink more whiskey.
Well, you
Right.
best when you sleep tonight, make sure to keep a nice grip on your weapon.
Oh, I hope you'll make a good grave for me. When I never
are you going to
die.
kill him?
He just lays down.
No,
So
it's more
just
like
looks
he's
up.
probably going to die if he doesn't drink some
Oh,
water.
right. No, yeah, he's right. If you don't, likely throughout this day, with it getting all hot and all that, you will, just, we'll open the door and you'll be jerky.
He's just gonna cup his hands out and hope that one of you pours water into his hands.
Sir Tuck will do that.
He just like splashes it down into his mouth.
You get
right, I guess that's
get a
close
little
enough.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Such
When
an
you pass
efficient
out,
method
I
of-
may end up dumping water down your gullet.
Well, that's fine. That'll be worth it.
As long as you don't drown, it'll be fine.
It's all this ego I gotta keep in, like Archer.
I'll help set up his tent. He goes and
That's
pulls off
nice
his
of you.
pack.
I appreciate that, Archer. Here's an idea. Why don't you sleep in there with him, and then you can, like, get him water and whatnot.
Okay.
No,
So
no,
he
no,
goes
I
off
wouldn't.
to his
I wouldn't
tent,
wanna get in
probably.
the
Just like,
Sir, no.
All right, Jalal. It's me and you. I'm gonna keep you alive all throughout the day.
I'd rather die, please.
All right.
Just leave me.
But you're gonna have to help me because I don't quite understand this tent thing. Is this pole supposed to go like this? And like, is it supposed to kind of wrap over here? It kind of has like it's not great. He just kind of makes, he just kind of starts stabbing the tent pegs in the sand and wrapping the blanket or the tarp over top, and he just kind of rolls you into one of the corners that is kind of shady, and he curls up into another corner next to you. Your tent sucks, Jalal.
You should try Arlen's tent. I think he's a better tent.
Nah, he smells like old man.
Fair. Blatantly fair.
Ben Gay and Werther's
It smells like patchouli and death.
It's mothballs. Thank you very much.
Foot cream and cornflakes.
Flick a couple out of your
He's
pocket.
in the tent directly next to us. And
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right. Who wants to keep watch first? However.
Sir Took will keep watch first, I suppose.
All right.
He'll probably have walked off to go start keeping up a perimeter or whatever. While
Go ahead and roll me that make camp thing there.
Can I just do that as my? Oh, that's the perilous journey
Yep.
stuff. Never mind.
That's perilous journey. Yep.
Okie doke. What do I
It's take watch.
take? Watch.
Yep. It is a roll plus wisdom.
Okay.
It's an action. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's one of the special moves.
Fancy. So I got a 9 on my wisdom
All right.
roll. Oh, we've been doing real dice. I forgot.
Yeah. Actually, go ahead and roll me real dice instead of on the roll 20. I want to hear the clicky clackies.
Oh my god. Well,
Yep.
you're not gonna, because I'm on push to talk.
Oh.
Hold your push to talk when you roll your dice.
Yeah, there you go. Get your dice really.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah,
and
right?
I still won't, and because I roll on, there's not a lot of space here on my desk, basically, so I roll on my mouse pad anyways. All right, so it's a fucking 9 still.
Okay, nice.
Actually, 2 4s this time though, instead of a 5 and a 3.
All right. Well, you roll a 9, and the only thing that you see is in the distance there is a large pack of Hyatt lizards that are wild Hyatt lizards, which are very large, about 10, 11 feet long, black scaled lizards that are very common.
Pack animals and stuff.
Yep, uses pack animals in the Mishan Desert. Dame one. They're about 15 miles away on the horizon. You just see the big dust cloud as they run towards the north. Ben, that's all that happens. It is really hot today, though. It is hotter than it has been the last 2 days that you've camped. You guys are still able to get your rest, but if the temperature raises any further, unless you take more steps besides just pitching tents, I'm going to start making you guys take levels of exhaustion. Because you're just not the tarp, the tent is not enough to keep the heat off of you. You're basically, waking up in giant puddles of your own sweat, exhausted.
What could Archer do for me? Because I won't do it myself. That would help.
That it would help your dusk flu?
Actually, I have an idea.
Okay.
Archer, I have a proposition for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you sleep in here.
Okay.
As long as you fan me with something.
All right. I can make that work.
Not a knife.
Right. No, it's okay. He takes off his leather like chest piece and just kind of starts fanning it. It actually works pretty well, but it really smells like person. Like really bad.
Not good smelling person.
Not good smelling person. No. Yeah. Like a Cub Scouts tent after 6 days of Boy Scout camp.
I'm going to do my rations come with like a packaging?
Yes, they do.
I want to use some of the packaging and shove it in my nostrils.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. It's just wax paper. You shove it up there. It smells like salt. Desert
That's
sand.
way better. Way better. And then I gently fall asleep and hopefully not die in my sleep.
Okay, yeah. The sun sets. You guys wake up. Jalal has not passed away in his sleep. And
I would like to do something before we move on to
sure.
Kill Jalal in his sleep.
before yeah, I want to kill Jalal. Arlen is going to kind of, he sets his tent up and he gets everything kind of ready to go.
Right.
And then he sits on the edge of his bedroll and he asks his deity through prayer, essentially, what the best course of action with Jalal and his sickness is.
Okay.
And he's going to cast guidance.
Okay.
Which would be casting a spell. 2 plus wisdom. Oh, 11 plus 2.
And he returns.
11 plus 1, so 12. So it
Unflinching
goes off
dice
without a
roll.
hitch.
Okay. What does that do?
A symbol of my deity appears before me and gestures toward which way it would have me go or what action it would have me do. He doesn't use words, and then it disappears.
Okay. It points off towards the west. So if we pull up the map again here, back towards the mountains of Central Misha.
Okay.
I assume that's away from our destination.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Where are we at on the trip? Like on that dotted line where?
You are, so it curves, and then you are right next to that first shadow right there.
Okay, right at the first bend.
Yes.
Going south.
Yep.
Okay. Does it point like directly back to Macaw?
No, I'm sorry. You're a little bit further down that line going south.
Okay.
You are at that first, see that big mountain range where Pockets Folly actually is. You're at the very start of that big mountain range there.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So pointing back west would be, about
Towards
60
that,
miles
triangle
south of
road.
Maca. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. No, that's not great. All right. Do I know much about the Mishan flu or the desert flu or whatever we were calling it?
Yes, you do. Though I would like you to roll me a spout lore.
Absolutely. Would love to do that and roll a 5.
Ooh. What
mark
is
experience when we fail in this system?
No, you do not. No.
Okay.
Did we get experience for that kill last time?
Yes, we got to talk about that. We'll talk about that on break here.
Right.
And I gotta find spout lore. There it is. Oh, okay, yeah. So no, you don't know anything about this. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well. All right.
What good is that?
Yeah, basically. I'll talk to them about it in the morning.
Okay. Well,
He
this
goes to bed.
is before you went to bed.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Nightfall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So night begins. You guys wake up. Jalal has not died in his sleep. And yeah, it's as the sun sets, you notice that off towards the east and heading towards you is a very dark bank of clouds. Surtuk, you would know this as a dust storm.
Okay. So is Surtuk been on watch the whole day, or what's up?
Yeah, it just makes you roll just one take watch roll for the watch. So
Okay.
He doesn't have to, but the first person who does watch,
he still gets to rest, though, right?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. That's, I guess, what I was worried about. I was worried he was
Yes.
stuck being awake the whole time.
Nope. Just one watch roll. Whoever takes watch first rolls it, and then we'll just count it as everyone. You guys have had a watch. That way, there isn't like a chance of failure. Because if I had made all 4 of you roll every time, that one person would get a failure. So that way, there's always a chance of success or failure each day instead of it being guaranteed. So yes, Sir Took, you would know this as a dust storm. Mishan dust storms are pretty powerful, and not only that, some of them are magical.
Is there anything resembling any kind of shelter anywhere?
There are a few large rocky outcroppings that may house a cave or some kind of crevice. Otherwise, the best scenario would be just to pitch a tent and sit in the tent until the dust storm passes. Whichever one you would, but that of course carries the risk of the tent blowing away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that he would think it's a really bad idea to stay out in the open when
Okay.
he knows is coming by if they're like a magic dust storm.
Yeah,
It's
they could be.
idea to do that with a regular dust
Right.
storm. So, but yeah, so I think he would say, right, well, that's like problem clouds there. We ought to make our way toward one of them, and I'll gesture toward the outcroppings and say, see if we can't, like, all up against it before it gets to us. This could be a bit of a mess.
That actually brings me to, I communed with Nara Vasar last night, and in regards to your sickness, Jalal, she has pointed me to the west, back toward the roads. I fear that if we continue on, that we will not find what is needed to cure you of this flu, and I don't know it well enough to know whether it will be deadly or not.
Well, I think the best course of action would be to get this Pockets Folly nonsense over with, get that gem or whatever the fuck they were looking for, and then head back as fast as we can. I don't know if I can spend another few days with this.
And he just points at Archer
Smelling up my tent. I can't handle it.
I'm sorry.
as he he stuffs one nostril and forces out one of the plugs that he had in the other day.
Ooh. It's like, like a balled up piece of wax paper full of snot and sand.
How are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
You are feeling a little bit better than yesterday, for sure. Though the spread on your shoulder is greater.
Does it look bad?
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't look like that. Let me phrase my words better. It looks like an infection, but it's black in color instead of red.
Just open his shirt up and look.
Well, I feel a little better, and I feel like that might pertain to the fact that I'm not shit-faced drunk. This doesn't look that good, though. So I can bodily move and I can work with it, but I don't know how long I'm going to be perfectly tip-top shape with this thing.
No. We're not going to find what makes that better out here. So it's either we go further in and you possibly die to this infection, or we waste time and go back and end up having to re-up on supplies before we leave. Again.
So you were saying that there isn't dune salt in this area of the desert?
Not very commonly, no. I mean, it exists in any part of the Mishan Desert, but it's most commonly found in the south. That's where the large dune salt mines are found.
I'm gonna look down to my arm, and I'm gonna ask the spirit within, who is still unnamed. Maybe I don't know his name. I'm gonna ask him what he thinks.
Okay. You don't have any kind of role for that, do you?
No.
No.
Strict role play. Up to you, in fact.
You could roll a spout lore or something.
True.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me a spout lore.
I was gonna say Kyron, since it's not
oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna
his
make
character's knowledge or whatever, but it doesn't matter
anyway.
either way, honestly.
Yeah.
Spout lore is
Wisdom, I believe.
it's int.
Oh, it's intellect. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
the discern realities.
Yeah.
8 then.
8.
7 to 9. Something interesting.
Yeah. The arm is not doesn't necessarily communicate with words, communicates with feelings, and what you're getting from the arm is you're all right, kid.
Well, the spirit in my arm's telling me that I'm all right, so I'm gonna trust him. You know, he was born and raised out here, as far as I can tell. I think I'll be all right.
Sertic just nods slowly, like that isn't a really weird thing to hear.
Have I
someone
told?
say.
I feel like I would have talked to you guys at least once
Sure.
about it, like in the past.
But I
But you
think
probably
Sertic's also
don't
pretty
believe
convinced
me.
you're just crazy. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Which is a good gut call from.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure, there is. All right, bud. Pat on shoulder.
I see. Your arm told you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
But
dust
yeah,
storm is getting closer. It is maybe about half an hour away now.
If time's passing, then we're moving toward the.
Okay, yeah, outcroppings. Yeah.
Like Sertic wouldn't let us sit out while that's coming. I
Just
guess
happened.
to make sure, because that's like a thing that will probably kill us if we get caught in it.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, he's like, well, either way, we need to not be traveling when that hits us. We need to find a way to hunker down and stay out of the winds and all that. I think. But if I can't, I guess like I could try and root around a bit. I've got some idea where to look for things for that salt, I suppose. I might be able to get lucky, but either way, I think we're looking at a delay here.
You guys reach these rocky outcroppings and are able to find a few crevices and a cave in the rocky outcroppings. The cave is not very deep, maybe goes 20 feet in, and dips down and curves a little bit so you can't see the bottom of it. Would you like to go in the crevices, which are not very sheltery, or would you like to slide down to the cave and take your chances with whatever the hell is down there?
So when you say down into the cave, I guess.
Yeah,
like
the cave slopes down maybe at a 30-degree angle and curves to the right, so you can't see what's at the bottom of it without more exploration.
Well, we'll probably be safer down there. We could start a fire or what have you if we need to, but likely there's something living in there. Cert will kind of gesture to that and then say, but there's these options as well. I think we could all at least fit ourselves into one or two, and then, wait out. It might not be quite as comfortable though.
I think the safest option is probably the just the crevices. I don't want to meet whatever's inside of that cave.
Cert nods.
Archer
That's probably a safe bet.
takes a big sniff and goes, I don't smell anything down there.
Sertic just like furrows his brow and looks at him and like shakes his head.
Do you have like some kind of supernatural smelling or something of that variety?
No.
Okay. Well, neither can I. So, but I don't think that rules it out.
All right. I'm worried about being in these crevices with that sand.
It's like, are they deep enough that it feels like you'll be able to get out of the way? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Sertic looking at him, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sertic will just say, like, I think they'll be fine. Mostly you just need to not be out in the open so the wind can pass around all sides of you. We should be okay.
So
from yesterday's experience, we can tell that we're a crack team, so I'm not really worried if there's anything in there. As long as I'm not the one getting up close anymore. Don't really have it in me right now. Well, I have it in me, but literally.
You just let me take point, Jalal. I'll hold him back.
Oh, that's really big for me. You know, I'm impressed.
I was
You've
being
been working
flippant.
for that for a while. Oh, right. That makes more sense, I guess.
You really like to do this thing, right? Where you give me hope, and then you take that hope in your palm and you crush that hope. That's
Sounds
hope.
about
That's hope
right.
for you.
Archer
Yeah.
goes,
It's
guys, as you guys are kind of, I imagine you're talking while kind of picking crevices and putting yourself in there as the storm is
Sure,
approaching.
yeah, if it's still approaching.
Right,
absolutely,
yes. And as Archer is kind of waiting his turn to get in, he turns around and interrupts you in your conversation and says, guys. And he points, and maybe about 50 yards away is a figure wrapped up in very, very thick cloth that's pulling a sled. They have a piece of cloth over their nose and their mouth, and they're wearing like these large glasses that are for eye protection. They drag the sled a little bit further until they notice you. They let go of the sled and pull a sword and begin marching up the dune towards where you guys are.
That's probably not good.
Sert'll kind of just put out open hands and kind of wave or something, do some sort of generally established sign of like, I don't mean threatened intent kind of
Right.
thing, that sort of equivalent. And like wave out and say, storm's coming, you better get inside somewhere or something, like, I guess.
The stranger pulls down her face mask and revealing a very scarred female orc, and she says, "What are you doing out here?"
Well,
traveling.
a bit of this, yeah, a bit of that. Try not to get killed by that there sandstorm.
She looks over at your camels and says, "They're gonna get lost in this. I don't think they're gonna fit in these crevices that you're trying to fit them
I
into."
didn't. Okay. I was asking if there was room for us to fit in there. I guess I assumed that included everything that we were bringing with us. But you say, well, I think you're right. I mean, there is that big like lair-like looking cave there, but we were trying to avoid upsetting whatever lived in there.
She sheathes her sword and says, "I live in there."
Well, I suppose the
Oh.
sentiment stands.
Or at least part time. She says, "Get if you guys can drag my sled up here, I'll let you stay in the cave while the sandstorm passes."
Sartik nods and probably starts dragging, camels out there to help him with that process, I imagine.
Hey,
Speed it
Archer, can you get that sled for us?
up. This will be faster. How about
Fine.
this, Archer? You help me drag the camels over there. We'll hitch them up and then get the sled back.
Okay.
We don't have a whole lot of time for him to struggle and suffer through the sand. Kind of just looks him up and down, like, and then shakes his head. And starts walking over there.
Jalal just shrugs.
Yeah, no, it's like Archer just not impressed. But yeah,
She leads you guys into the cave. As it curves, you see that it is fairly flat and dry at the bottom. She has set out a few pieces of hide as well as like scales to keep things off of the ground. There's a few boxes and a simple bed as well as a cook stove. She drags the sled into like a little kind of corral and says, "You can tie your camels on the posts here. So tell me about yourselves. Why are you this far out in the Mishan Desert?"
Well, we are Old for Gold Enterprises. We've taken over from the recently deceased Sandpick Enterprises. We're going to finish the job they could not complete. Pocket's Folly.
Ah, interesting.
Hoping that we don't die on the way there. And he looks at Jalal.
What's wrong with you?
It's really nothing. Like, I feel like I held my own really well in a fight with a big fuck off bug, and kind of got a last hurrah in. And
Again, he'll expose the wound in his shoulder.
She raises her eyebrows and goes, "You haven't treated that yet?"
I don't have any dune salts.
Does excessive alcoholism treat this?
No, actually, it increases the duration of the symptoms. How long ago were you stabbed?
Give or take a day.
Oh, yeah, if you hadn't been drinking, you'd have felt better in about 6 hours.
Well then.
Told you. Just from over in the camel
All right, enough from the peanut gallery.
Somebody
All
pick
right.
up the phone because I called it.
What the phone?
She
y'all
heard
don't
about
make
some
any
Arborean trading.
goes into the into her pack and she pulls out a very small little pouch and she hands it to you, Jalal, and she says, "This is dune salt. It's not going to help you any now. All you need is just a little bit more sleep and you'll be okay. But next time you get into a fight with one of those, just take that." What kind of treasure hunters would go out into the middle of the Mishan Desert without any dune salt?
Well, you're not going to be without any, are you?
No, I am a very seasoned desert traveler.
All the salt helps.
I think you do get a chuckle out of that.
Just a sly side eye and a smirk from Jalal.
Well, I
Sergio's
appreciate
very
it.
happy with himself.
She sits down and begins brewing some tea at the small cook stove.
Oh, Arlen, you got a kindred spirit here.
Yes. What do you make your tea from?
Some Hyatt lizard poop and a lot of whiskey.
Never used Hyatt lizard poop. I've heard it's.
I like the whiskey part.
I've heard it's.
This
acquired
coffee
taste.
tastes like shit.
It is.
It is.
Well, in that case, it's not bad.
But it's free, and it kind of tastes the same.
Fucking
I-
Austin Powers. So.
You know,
That's awesome.
he told me to stay away from the alcohol, so I think I'll pass. Let me get that sleep you mentioned.
And he's just going to huddle up in the
Probably a
fetal
good idea.
position in the corner of the cave and fall asleep for as long as he can.
He's gonna. You should try this sometime. And he gets out a small like cheese paper thing filled with a material. It's gossamer from well, a number of different desert creatures. It actually does make a pretty good tea. It's also free.
Interesting. Is it
It's not poop either.
Is it difficult to
not.
make?
It's the same process. I typically you have to bring the water to a boil and bring it down a little bit. If you put it in while it's still at boiling, it will negatively impact the flavor.
Interesting. It's kind of the opposite with the Hyatt lizard poop. You have to bring it to a rolling boil in order to break up some of the chunks.
You're literally just drinking shit water. That is all you're doing.
Don't knock it until you try it.
Sergio's like, it's actually not that bad when you appreciate that it's like literally shit. And he's like slurps him on the gum.
I'll go with the gossamer.
Nice Darjeeling, maybe.
If you need any food, I have quite a few desert rats that I've caught. I can make a quick stew.
That sounds pretty nice.
I wouldn't turn down food.
Yeah, we appreciate your hospitality. Is there anything we can do to repay the kindness?
Just don't try to kill me and steal my meager belongings, I suppose. It's pretty rare
Okay.
you get people that are willing to talk in the middle of the desert.
Well, I think we can manage that. He looks around. Not murdering you and stealing their stuff.
The old ways of travelers' companionships have been lost.
Right. Yeah. No, they don't make them like they used to.
There is
And he does finger guns.
a flash of green lightning outside of the cave.
Oh, it's kicking up out there.
That's one of
I
the
think
magical
Sertix-
ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and go walk toward the mouth of the cave and kind of just watch the the storm brew until it's dangerous to stand at the mouth of the cave.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the storms is made of rolling clouds of black and red dust that has been picked up from the Transcena wastes and the Mishan desert and then blown over. The magic is from the latent energy in the Transcena wastes, from the Red Queen's activities there. And the just mechanical action of all that sand, dust, and magical remnants cause, catastrophic magical surges within these clouds, which manifest as large streaks of green lightning. Getting hit by one of those or being caught too much in the sand has a variety of effects, and none of them are good. Anything from being mutated to being teleported hundreds and hundreds of miles from where you are, or both, or mutilated and then dropped somewhere in the middle of the desert to die
Fun.
at random.
Butterfly
double winner.
flaps its wings, right?
And this one looks particularly bad. In fact, the magical energy is so bad that some of it is solidifying into small chunks of green burning material that fall like molten, like volcanic ash.
Wow. Does this seem like an exorbitantly bad one, or?
Yeah. This is like hail in a thunderstorm, where it's just
Okay,
like,
so
wow,
it's
this
pretty
is
nasty.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty nasty outside, but it's not like, oh my god, the world is ending. This
Yeah,
is just
okay.
just reasonably bad. But again, it doesn't as long as you're inside, it's gonna be fine. As long as you're not getting hit with this stuff.
Cedric will definitely make sure he's
Yeah, right.
comfortable that he's far enough inside
Yep.
the cave that isn't a serious risk, I guess. But I imagine that he's like pretty well rested here, because we were at the end of the.
No,
No,
you're at the very
yeah.
beginning. This is the very
That's
beginning
right,
of the
okay.
day. Yeah,
That's-
Yep.
well,
this is, yeah.
The beginning of the day.
Travel.
not-
No, the
It's the
beginning
beginning
of,
of our
your
travel.
travel day. Yes,
Okay,
this
that's
is
what I
at
was gonna
night.
say. I was
yes.
confused with that.
So
yeah,
the sun is
okay.
setting.
Got it.
Yeah, it's basically dark, but only lit by this green flashing light and these like burning green pebbles.
He'll probably sit out at the entrance of the cave then for.
So yeah, it is really cool looking. It looks like a fucking psychedelic light show.
It's like in his, he likes watching
Yeah.
these, storms. Yes, from a safe distance.
And yeah, the orc woman comes up and kind of watches it with you, and she goes, it's dangerous, but I love this kind of just the raw power.
Certic nods. It's like impressive, right? Like makes you feel like you're not much of anything when there's these sort of like, massive, powerful energies whirling about and
Right.
whatnot.
Yeah, just a small part of the whole thing. She takes a sip of her tea.
Certic's also been, I think, drinking it. Makes like a bleh every time. Still keeps drinking it.
It tastes like green tea and mud mixed together. It doesn't taste
All right.
as bad as you'd think.
Grass and mud.
Yeah, grass and mud. The lizards are vegetarians, and so it's not a horrible.
Green tea's a grass-like flavor.
It is. So it's still
okay. Yeah,
but
all
like
right,
they're
my
not.
bad,
They
I'm
don't
sorry.
eat meat, so their shit isn't like
Okay.
rotting,
It don't stink. too
stinky
bad.
stink. No, it's
Good.
still yeah.
That helps.
No, close
So
enough, so it does just really smell like
she is
Sorry.
drinking this, and she nods and heads back inside and says, "So you're after the Eye of Misha, then, huh?"
It's the only
Oh,
lead
God,
we
God.
inherited when our bosses didn't come back.
Yeah.
So it was either leave that one be and sort of solely the name of those that predecessed us, or go just finish the task. I traveled with them for a while before this whole thing happened, and they weren't the greatest.
So you're saying they were
So-
green, huh?
Well, we're green. They were just
I am
stupid.
green. He raises his hands.
You are.
He nods like, yep. Then turns back to watch the storm.
Is it because you're an orc?
Well, yeah, no, like in general skin tone. Sorry, you meant like metaphorically, sort of as like an
Right.
analogy for not being experienced. And actually, I'm the least green of anyone in that regard. In this, well, maybe not yourself, obviously. You know, it's like kind of like, you know.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what is your story? What takes a person and puts them in a cave a day and a half out of town?
My name is Skia, Bow of the Sun. I am a exiled Mishan sun archer.
Is that something we like?
Yeah, it's basically there. It's the equivalent of a like knight or a traveling, or not traveling necessarily, the elite group of royal archers.
Okay.
Yeah, honor guard kind of thing.
situation.
Yep.
Exiled. That's
Yes.
unfortunate. I'm sorry. That's
I
sounds
don't
like
need
not a
your
great-
I don't need your sympathy. It is my fault.
You won't have it then.
So it's like, oh damn.
Wow.
Well, if you hate to pry, but this sounds like a good story.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. And he points out at the storm.
I killed my master.
Oh,
That would do it.
He was
I
cruel.
assume there was a good reason for it.
Yes. He was cruel. He was one of
Good
the
story.
the
Sorry.
rulers of Damthur. I'm sorry, I'm not much of a storyteller.
Surgic was totally genuine.
It's hard to tell with you, Sir Tech.
Right, no, I understand that.
I'm half asleep, but I didn't believe that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Oh god.
Well, it seems like you've found your way around out here well enough that it's fairly easy going.
It's not easy. It's never easy in the Mishan Desert, but it's at least survivable.
It has its nicer parts as well, sometimes. Don't have to worry about the cruelty of others, just, that of nature.
Exactly.
So what's the plan then? Are you just going to live out the rest of your days out here in the wastes? You could travel south. You could travel west, out of the desert, and find refuge somewhere in another kingdom.
It's not that easy. I don't feel like society has a place for me anymore. So out here, at least, I can live in a way that I'm free. I don't have any kind of obligations beyond living for the next day. This isn't where I live permanently, in this cave. There are several caves in this area that I travel to between days.
Do you have a moment we can talk about my Lord Savior, Naravasar?
Have you heard the good news?
What do I roll to throw something like a rock? From where?
He pulls out of like a essentially a Bible, like a tome of texts. It's
Naravasar and you. Sorry.
living away from society. Sometimes it's comforting to have faith in something greater than ourselves. That is not just the Red Queen. And he looks up toward the storms.
You're wasting your time, but I appreciate your words.
I spend a lot of my time wasting. With
Yes, I can
these
tell.
two.
Don't give him hope. Just let him down hard. It's better than letting him down easy, I've learned.
You go to sleep.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna poke you right in that infection.
Please don't.
I don't believe that will help the healing process.
I agree,
Why?
sir.
Need to
Nah.
get some salts right up in there.
That, I think it is like a purifying agent.
He
That might be helpful.
reflexively rolls
Yeah.
over. And, like, covers you.
Well,
So you
That's,
said you're going after Pocket's Folly,
Yeah.
the plan.
the Eye of Misha. I have some experience with Pocket's Folly, or at least I am connected to that story.
Have you
Oh.
been there?
No, but one of my good friends has. Her name is Abdullah, or Abdallah Aboud. She doesn't live around here anymore. She lives all the way in Arborea, but she's married to Seymour Pocket, the explorer whose footsteps you're walking in right now.
Huh.
I don't know what he found in there to make him quit, but I know that he met Abdallah on that journey.
Well, that's interesting. Quite a coincidence, actually.
She was also a Bow of the Sun.
Oh,
She was not exiled. She quit to follow Pocket.
I understand they don't take kindly to that, usually.
No, she is now also exiled. She can never return.
No, it's...
And it was all for that damn halfling.
a name like Pocket. How do you turn that away?
He left her.
Classic.
But she tracked him down, finally finding him in Arborea, and I guarantee she's the one who forced him to marry her.
That's
Huh.
that seems like an
Crossbow
awfully-
wedding.
Crossbow wedding.
And she was the one holding the crossbow.
You know, I'm really glad that I've never married into Orcish tradition.
Aren't you like
Very
celibate or
Jesus.
something?
No.
Well, no, I'm just really bad with women.
Oh, I thought you were talking to-
Sorry, I'll leave it alone. I can sleep.
That's hilarious. Not like by choice or whatever. Oh God.
We get you that strength that I've been telling you about exists inside that tiny, frail, barely beating heart of yours.
Yeah, I think that boat has sailed as far as finding love and doing the whole family thing. I have Nara Vasar, and that's all I need. So, what did Abdallah tell you about Pocket's Folly? What could we learn from this experience to help maybe guide us?
There is some kind of trap or barricade that Pocket was unusually worried about. She told me it in a letter, and it has something to do with the sun. I don't know if that'll help you any, but that's all I can tell you.
A trap that has to do with the sun.
Yes.
You don't happen to have the letter still.
No, that was a long time
That's-
ago. I can
3 moves ago, right?
right. I can help you find Pocket's Folly if you would like.
If you're willing to do that, I wasn't going to ask you to go out of your way, but if you're willing to, I would be happy to accept the help.
It would be interesting.
This first day has proven to us that this is definitely a venture that we weren't quite prepared for.
She turns to Archer. What are they paying you? 2 gold a day, right?
Is that right? I don't remember. We kind of had differing amounts.
We
for
have the
different...
books are back at the office. I don't remember.
Somewhere in that department, I'm sure. We'll have to send that over to accounting. That's really their purview. So Dick does not. It's like, knowingly. It's okay. Don't worry.
Out of character, it is 2 gold per day.
I
Okay.
think that's right. Yeah, I couldn't remember for sure if that's what we said for him or not. But No,
I'll
those
do it
most people-
for 4 gold. I'll take you to Pocket's
Well,
Folly.
total.
Yeah, total. Just 4.
I think we can swing that.
Sertuk looks around nice. He says, I've got a coin or two I could put toward it.
We left the bulk of the money back at the headquarters, but
That's smart.
we do have I do have a little bit of change myself. He puts 2 coin in, and if Sertic puts 2 coin in, then we're good.
Look over, and Jalal, you can see his wallet, basically, like his coin pouch hanging on the side that you can see.
Bulging.
Yes.
Is it?
My
No.
pouch bulge.
It's really not. He's got like 6 gold coins in there.
I was gonna say, I feel like
It's like 6,
we're probably not really.
right?
But it's like 6 really good looking.
Mm.
Like,
So,
shiny.
she has taken the desert reds out of her pouch, and she's skinning them and stripping the meat off their bones and putting it into the hot water.
Sertuk's helping do that, I imagine, as well.
Here, chop these desert root vegetables.
That's less entertaining than cleaning and gutting the rabbits, but fine. Or rats, whatever it was. And he'll go about chopping up his, I don't know, desert potatoes.
Potatoes,
Done.
if you will.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
So it's a pretty good stew. It's you know,
Sand taters.
not amazing. It was made with water, not broth or anything like that. But for what you guys have been eating, it's much better than sand biscuits. That is for sure.
Excuse me. He does take one of the sand tacks out and breaks it up into equal pieces and and passes it out as like a biscuit for it.
Thank you.
Sand caught your throat there, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I normally mute my microphone for
close.
my smoker's cough, but I didn't get
Mhm.
one this time.
No, it's good. No, it's fine.
How
Adds to the feel of the
Right.
yeah, the ambience. Yes. There's another flash of lighting outside. She finishes her stew and says, "Well, I don't think that it's going to pass anytime soon, so we should probably plan on spending the night here.
Sertuk
Spending the day here. Excuse me. Spending
this
hottest
interim
part,
period
yes.
here.
the sleeping interim in the cave."
Yeah, right. No, that seems legit.
I will take first watch.
All right. I guess come get me when you're done. I'll see if I can't grab a bit of shy here, and he'll, find a nice pillow-like rock and curl up. For
We
a nap.
just woke up and we're going back to bed already.
Mm-hmm. Sertuk, yeah, there ain't shit else to do when it's a hurry up and wait situation. So
We're going to bed
Alright.
at night, or is it the
Just-
day?
It
fucking around. It is during the day.
is during the
but
day.
it is,
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Our normal sleeping period. or
Yes.
something like that?
Yep. Yeah. You guys are almost going to spend about 18 hours in this cave.
That's cool. Super fun.
Yep. So.
Sertuk's definitely bored.
Oh yeah,
He's
absolutely.
probably started like
Crayons.
juggling rocks and stuff. And yeah, he brought crayons, but they're all melted together.
Do you want
So
to?
now you have 1 giga crayon.
Yep. Which is pretty good if you're careful. You can still get pretty
Sertuk.
What?
Do you want to play a game that we used to play in Basic?
I thought this was about to be like a Saw situation. Yes. What game? Sorry.
All right. So you take that rock. She hands you
Okay.
a rock. I have this
Picks
rock.
up.
All right. Go on the other side of the cave.
All right. And he like walks over and just kind of stands there holding the rock. Like.
She chucks the rock at you.
Oh, God.
It comes close to hitting the rock in your hand, but it kind of smashes into your wrist instead, drawing a little bit of blood. And she's like, "Damn it, I missed. All right, it's your turn." She
This is a good game.
walks over and picks up her rock and then hands it out. And she's like, "All right, try to knock it out of my hands."
Right. Well, absolutely. And he is going to kind of determine set to his brow and like sticks tongue out, aim, and then whip the fucking rock at her rock as hard as he physically is able.
Okay.
Do you want me to make?
Yeah,
it
go
like
ahead. Roll me a
something?
dex. Yeah, same as volley, basically.
Okie doke.
Yep.
Fucking 11. Hell yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you.
Oh, I keep rolling.
It's
on the
okay. Yeah, it's
whatever,
fine.
roll
You make
20.
contact with her rock, and it flies out of her hands. She holds her hand as you've crushed the very top of her pinky. She goes, "Oh, nice! That was a
Yeah,
good
so
shot."
like does a fist bump, like whoa, yeah.
I think
Oh, God.
Arlen's like, yeah, that's the response that I give when someone crushes my pinky.
Well, it's like, I mean, you've got to be careful, obviously, but like,
Hey, it was my
just
fault
think
for
of-
not for holding the rock wrong.
It was a good throw, if I do say so myself. And then he will, well, I guess, go retrieve his rock
Yeah.
and get ready to get another rock thrown at him. Are you allowed to move? Like, what's the
No,
strategy?
you have to
know?
hold you have to hold the rock, and
Okay.
you can't move the rock past your body. So you can't
This
hold
is
the
like
rock out
chicken.
here. You have to hold the rock somewhere here. So that they
Fucking
have to.
Rochambeau or something.
Art
like
is
it.
like directly in front of your face.
No, you don't want to do that. That's bad. The rocks,
But
you're
then
gonna
hit
aim
you
for that.
with 2 rocks.
Right, yeah.
It's not good.
Yep. It's bad. It's bad. After a few rounds, you guys are both bleeding from various places, and she goes, "So there's another game. It's a foreign game. That have you ever heard of Peacekeating?"
Oh no!
This sounds like a
keep
wonderful
your cursed,
game.
Your cursed Arborian pastimes out of the Mishan Desert.
She's already been
We don't-
established to have a connection.
I've actually
to Arboria.
heard there's a Dragonborn in Arboria who is a champion peacekeeper.
Yeah, he was
makes
like
sense.
super regional champ or whatever.
Right.
it
I
was,
guess he's
couldn't remember. He
I
went
guess
to
he's like
state.
not even he doesn't even play it. He just picked one up and was suddenly like some kind of like prodigy.
Oh God, in jokes.
Ah.
Don't get
Anyway,
that.
we don't have any
Not supposed to do
potatoes,
that
but we
in
do have rocks, so we can play Peacekeating, but we'd have to use rocks.
Well, it's like rock skating. Thing.
Right, rocks.
Yeah.
It's same basic
No, it's
principle.
like, come on.
So Jalal, she kicks you. It's the way to play this game.
I don't want it. I'm sorry.
All right, you're injured. I'm sorry. I get really excited about other nations' games.
No, it's fine.
Right, throwing rocks at other rocks. I mean,
Hit me in
Right.
the ribs. Whatever.
Like laying on his side and he's trying to take the alcohol from from like his cupped hand. He filled his water skin likely. Like he chugged the water skin. Now he has like
Right.
green alcohol in the water skin.
Nice.
Got the water out of the way so now he can
Right.
drink.
Now we can drink.
classic.
Dessert, yes. So, you guys spend 18 hours in the cave playing a few rock-based games with each other and drinking, sleeping, eating whatever she cooks.
As long as
Art,
it's not shit.
right? No, I mean,
Surtic's okay with this.
yeah, Sir Took is okay with the shit tea.
There's
And Archer eventually finally drinks it too, because he's just tired of salty tasting water.
I do think over this time at some point we make gossamer tea.
Okay, yeah.
Over the beautiful.
She actually really likes it. She says, "This is great. I just, I can't just scoop this off the ground and throw it in some
No,
hot
but-
water, though."
You'd only leave you with some, so you have it for special occasions.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that.
No problem. You've done quite a bit for us. Even without the taking us to Pocket's Folly. Figured it was the least we could do for the room and board you've given us.
It's a cave, and I fed you, desert rat. That's pretty low room and board.
Well, it's better than what's out there.
That's
it's,
true.
The highest rated place to stay
In
the
50
Pacific.
miles, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
50-mile radius. There's no better place than this cave.
I checked Yelp. Pretty solid. 3 stars.
No place delivers out here though. It's bad.
It's
Can't
kind of
get
annoying,
delivery
too.
to the random cave in the middle of the desert. It's wrong.
Stayed
doesn't
at cave.
go.
Orc lady was mean. She hit me with rocks.
Serve poop tea. Not excited about it.
So, the storm passes. You guys are able to leave the cave. we're going to go ahead and roll our partake a perilous journey. Skia has the same ability that you do, Sir Took. So she, whatever skill, whatever thing that you put her on, she will pass it with a 10 as well.
Right. What were the jobs again? I apologize.
Should we maybe take our little breaky poo?
Do we want
Yeah, this is actually perfect. This is exactly in the half of the.
I guess it's not quite.
session.
I thought we started at 9, but
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 9:30.
Yeah, where
is it
11 would be.
Oh yeah, let's wait until 11. That would be better if we wait until 11.
For me in the future, it's 11:36.
Yeah, look at you.
It's not great.
So the parts, the what am I trying to say? Jobs for Undertake a Perilous Journey.
Oh, gotcha.
Are Trailblazer, Scout Ahead, and Quartermaster. Quartermaster is rations, Trailblazer is travel time, and Scout is spotting for trouble.
I'll try Quartermaster again.
Okay.
Alright. Do Sir Tuckle spot for trouble this time.
Okay, and she'll be the Trailblazer then.
Sure.
Alright, so that means I just need a roll from you then, Jalal.
Plus anything?
It is plus wisdom.
Right?
Yeah, I don't have high hopes for this.
We have all this food, yet we can't seem to eat it.
Well, you're sure it's not strength?
No, it's wisdom. Yeah.
Are you 100%?
Really 100%.
Dude, we have not let you be the quartermaster.
What did you roll?
Quartermaster because I had a better wisdom.
You rolled a 7?
Hey, 7. That's all right.
That's good. Then it's normal. Yep. So you guys consume 4 rations on your journey. Or 5. Right. Sorry, 5 rations in total. Well, actually 4. She's got rations herself. Okay. Yeah.
I'll mark it off the sheets.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent.
You're tracking all of those, Shady?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I think I might have marked one of mine off previously. Had you been doing that the whole time? Do you know?
Yes. Last time I marked it down.
Yep.
Okay. Then I will put my individual ration back up to full.
Yep.
I used one. A little more. It was a 4 out of 7 on the second one.
And you guys make good time. You see that on the west, the Central Mexican mountains, the greater Central Mexican mountains, are growing as you move down the mountain range into very large brown shapes, maybe 30 miles in the distance, that cut off the sun well before nightfall. The shadows are enormous, and they cool the desert something pretty incredibly. So it does start getting cool pretty fast on the days that the sun rises in the west. Again, I will remind the viewers and you guys that the sun in Paralandia rises and sets on the opposite side of the land each day. It's a pendulum. So on even days it rises in the west, sets in the east, and on odd days it rises in the east and sets in the west.
Paralandia is flat.
Yeah, Paralandia is flat. It is not a sphere, so the sun does not orbit around anything.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is flat. Yep.
I was just laughing because that's the. Never mind.
Yep. It is flat. Yeah. So there are some days where you guys start and the shadows of the mountains are going to be completely covering you. And then there are other days that the shadows of the mountains aren't going to hit you because you're traveling at the wrong time of day.
Weird.
Yep.
I dig it.
So, like I said, you guys make good time. You don't run out of your rations. You are only 40 miles away from Pocket's Folly, and you are on track. You have lost a day, however. So this is the end of the 4th day. The end of the 4th travel day and the beginning of the 4th morning, we'll say.
Okay.
Last day didn't count though because we didn't have to use any rations or
Right.
Or eating
anything.
food or whatever.
But it does for time gone. It still counts as a
Right.
day that
Right,
you were
yeah,
gone.
that makes sense. Okay.
So yes, it's the morning of the fourth day. She leads you into a valley that's surrounded by dunes and says, "This would be a very good place to camp."
All right then.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems all right to me.
Jalali, you over the course of the day have felt better and better. You now have gotten over your sickness. You may remove that status effect from your character sheet.
No, I feel like I could run a mile right now. Well, maybe not a mile, but like I could run a few feet and not like pass out anymore. So I think I'm doing
Well, I
all
think I
right.
could do that.
Well, let's not push it too far. All right, your bones aren't going to go that far in these deserts.
Well, that's not
So
very
Turk
nice.
just nods.
I'm very physically fit for my age.
Right, but you're like 147, right?
Is there like a
Wow.
rock, like a big rock nearby?
A big rock. Yes, there
I'm
is.
not sure how old Arlen really is, but
I
He was
would.
in his 70s.
oh, okay, then yeah, no, totally.
I want to
147.
What was that, John? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
touch the rock
You punched the rock.
with my very big hand.
The
Okay.
stream went down.
Strong. Oh,
Oh.
well, it'll be right back.
It'll be right
probably
back.
then.
Yeah. Just keep
Okay.
on. Keep
Un
keeping on.
moment.
Right.
I want to see how much damage I can do to the rock.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me the hack and slash. Yeah. Go ahead.
Wow. It's 10 plus 2.
Nice.
Wow. All right. We are reconnected. So you roll a 12. Go ahead and deal your damage to the rock.
My damage is a D10. I have to get my 10 out.
There it goes. I think it's coming
Yep.
back now.
We are back. Yeah. What did you roll there?
That is a 6.
All right. You do 6 damage to the rock, cracking it in half.
Kind of roll his shoulder afterward. All right, Arlen, you try. Let's see how your bones do.
No, I'm
No, Arlen, don't be.
I'm
shy,
all
Arlen.
right. I don't need any of that.
Been practicing. Come on.
I think I
Show
can
our
give it
new
a shot. Archer walks up.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
Why are we punching rocks? Sir
Well,
Turk
there's
just
no-
like one single finger up in the air.
He rolls a 5, and he's going to deal his damage to his hand.
Good, excellent.
You know, I've discussed it with my deity, and I've been guided not to do anything of the sort.
There is a cracking sound as 2 of Archer's knuckles break on the rock.
Just trying
Ow!
to play it off like he's not hurt.
Oh! I think I hit that rock a little too hard.
I think the
Yeah.
rock hit you.
I
Let
mean,
me,
Oh.
let me see your hand.
The problem was the weight. Like you swung at an angle, so you kind of
Right.
like scraped it. And broke.
Yeah, it's the
You
2
really have
little
to get 'em.
knuckles. It's the the pinky and the ring finger knuckles that he broke on the rock.
He's trying to walk to Arlen. I want to like
oh, that
grab
hurts to
it and
think
go.
about.
I don't know. Try with the other hand. You see, I think that's probably not your dominant hand. I think you need to
I-
really give it.
Actually, I think I'm all right. I think I'm gonna be okay with the punching of the rocks for right now.
Yeah, you've only got the 2 fingers left, and I think you need those to like pull the bowstring or whatever.
Skia is
Points at
just
his-
shaking her head at you guys. This is pretty interesting, guys. I've never necessarily seen a treasure hunting crew quite like you guys before.
See me with a trash can, you'd really see my full power if I
That's
was
true.
behind.
Can I
my
see
shoulder.
that arm really quick? Like, I just want to look at it. You don't have to hand it to me or anything like that.
Because you know,
Because it's
That's
my
fine.
hand.
Right.
You really got to hand it to her. She's a funny one.
that's clever.
almost out of character. He kind of looks for a second. All right, just quick, right,
Right.
right, okay. And he'll saunter over and hold out the arm.
She kind of looks over it, touches it a little bit, and she looks at you and goes, you know what this is, right? Like where it's from?
As far as it's told me, I mean, as far as my research has
Right.
led me,
Told you.
yeah.
Sertic does the from behind, like over his shoulder or whatever.
Interesting.
It's supposed to be some relic from like an old red elf. I heard they were myths though, but it seems pretty adamant that they're not.
No, they're real. They're very real.
Do you know of any?
No, but I have seen them before. And I know of people that have relations with them. Trading.
Any names, please?
You don't mean like I think you mean it.
I'll tell you once we get to Pockets Folly. How about that? When we split up, I'll let you know who they are.
You're really going to have to twist her arm to get it out of her. Sorry.
Make it for your lack of strength and humor. Is that what it is?
Yes, basically.
All right, I shouldn't have snapped at you. My apologies.
So are you going to sell the Eye of Misha?
I mean, yeah, right. I think that's the idea.
That's
It's
why
like
we
how
took
we'll
the
end up getting the money.
That's the job that they had taken prior to us. To honor that, yeah, I believe it does go to a merchant.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm not sure who they have it lined up to go to, but
Well, apparently it's a key.
a key to what?
To the tomb of Misha, the sun god.
There's probably a lot more money in that tomb than any key to that tomb would be worth.
Yes. It was supposedly the treasury of the old Mishan kingdom before the Red Queen. Thousands and thousands of years ago.
Sertic's eyes go wide, probably at that.
It's unfortunate we've already signed a contract not do anything else with it.
Well, I mean, we've taken out a loan, right? I mean, contracts are, what? I mean, we could perhaps convince him that that it would be a better investment for him if we all.
If we can convince him of that, then that's one
Right.
thing. But to go back on our agreements is not what
No
a
one-
new upstart business should do.
And I will say, too, no one knows where this door is that apparently this key unlocks. And no one has seen the Eye of Misha either. It has only been told by in the history books of the old Mishan kingdom that this is where the key was hidden. That's how Pocket found it.
So this could be all just a fairy tale anyway.
Absolutely.
Or it could be a real thing. And let's not forget that we are a entirely new adventuring group under a new name. It's not really our it's not our promise, right? That was
Well, it is. That's how that
that-
works. I mean, it states.
I think we did kind of like inherit the obligations of the previous company. Or
it was stated in the letter.
But
my cousin's a lawyer in the north, so I feel like if I asked him, he might tell me that
He would tell you that the person who made that agreement had given another copy to the governing body of Maka, and they would pull that and see that we obtained the obligations, and when we fail to adhere to those obligations, then it will look poorly upon our business. So you can just save the reaching out to your lawyer friend, brother, whatever,
cousin.
and we can just
Vinny,
do
I
the job
believe.
we've been given.
He's gonna think for a moment, tapping his chin with his mechanical arm, and he's gonna turn back to the crushed rock behind him and turn back.
I feel like I could solve our problem in like a few easy steps. Sir, I think we've done this before, like the good old 1-2. Like you get behind
Right.
them, you and then I hit them so hard that they don't wake up for a long time, right?
Exactly. And then they, well, it just happened that they got separated from, the expedition, and we lost them in the waste. So
Oh, I
No,
think
no,
it's
no,
time
no.
for bed. I think it's time for me to get ready to turn in for the evening.
We're not killing Arlen. We're not killing
what?
Arlen.
No, not like Arlen, but I mean, people with money.
Saying,
Oh,
I think contract's only a contract as far as the governing body is alive, right? So if something
Right, if
happens,
you bury that governing body, right?
right, if that
all right,
governing
yes.
body turns up in like a sewer, maybe that's getting immolated by some wizards.
So am I getting this right? Step 1, get the Eye of Misha. Step 2, overthrow the government of Makkah.
Oh, right. No, I was
Step-
using governing body in a more literal sense, like the guy we owe money to or whatever.
No, the guy who you have a contract with for the eye in the first place.
Pretty sure that's not a more literal sense. Also,
Kill a guy we don't owe.
That's a less literal sense.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of different pots boiling on this particular stove.
right? Yeah, we tend to play it by ear a bit.
And fist.
Nice. But pockets Folly though, and it kind of like points like.
Well, let's. I think the first thing to determine is getting that Eye of Makkah
Misha.
or Misha. If we don't obtain that, then the rest of this doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Once we have it, we can revisit this conversation and figure out what kind of laws we're going to break to make more money.
That makes sense.
All right, I follow it again. All right.
I will take first watch again and make sure nothing creeps up on us in the desert.
Actually, I will go to sleep now then. And he just like flumps down heavily on the sand, I think.
Is it in the shade at least?
Uh,
I mean, are we not on the side? I thought we were in the.
oh
You were
yes,
saying the
no,
west
you
side
guys
thing
are
or
in the
whatever, I
shadow
don't
of the
remember.
mountain. Yeah, so you guys,
I don't know
you
how
don't
long that
need
really
the tent.
lasts, I
Yep.
guess.
Oh, it would last. It would last until the very heat of the day. So you're
Yeah,
gonna need to
okay.
probably
He'd
make
set
a
up
tent.
some
Yeah.
kind of like shade situation
tent, yeah.
probably too.
Yep. Okay.
Set my tent up.
It's disappointing. I wanted him to just poof into the sand, but that's irresponsible. He knows
That
better.
is irresponsible. Yeah. You need to wake up covered in desert
Gotta get
scorpions.
yourself off the
Yeah.
ground. I was gonna say because being on the sand is bad for
Circulation.
maintaining
Yeah.
your like body temperature.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, she
Right.
successfully keeps watch. Reports nothing interesting. You guys get another rest in. You are only 40 miles away. She's going to take Trailblazer again. Who wants to take Quartermaster?
I'll do it this time since our good friend here did not do a good job last time.
He did okay.
He did
He's
fine.
looking over his shoulder as you say
Oh.
that, like
Yeah.
his water skin
He
full
just-
to spilling over.
He just barely failed or barely succeeded.
Barely
Almost
succeeded.
I could have done better.
enable cheat codes duplicate. Oh, fuck yeah. Dude gets
Shit,
it.
I didn't even think about that. Admin
Right.
cheat.
Console command duplicate quotes Eye of Misha.
Yeah, you just gotta fool me
Sorry.
enough to start duplicating items. Yeah, I'm the physics
That's
engine,
doable.
So, yeah. It is.
I rolled a 7 on my
All right.
Quartermaster
So
roll.
again, you just the normal amount of rations. So I need you to take 4 rations away.
Excellent. And then I'll she did trailblazing again, so he'll scout for danger as search
Okay.
as well.
There is some danger. With your 10, as you guys approach Pocket's Folly, you see that there is a field of bones surrounding the beginning of the rocky outcroppings. This is something that is pretty common. This looks like a bone wasp field, or an anha wasp. I think That's how I pronounced it.
Oh, piss.
Arlen holds out his arm and says, "Be careful.
Azam.
They lay their eggs in the skulls. We want to keep a distance from these bones. Is there any way to get to there without going through the bones?"
No, it surrounds the outside of the ruin, which from this distance just basically looks like a few broken pillars in against a mountainside.
Mm, Yeah, is there any like method or cheat code for dealing like passing through one of these grounds
Smoke.
that are
If
smoke
you're
is
able
okay.
to, yeah, if you're able to basically like a honeybees, if you're able to
Sure.
produce enough smoke, you will able
They'll,
to
like
yeah,
chill out. and
chill
leave you
out.
alone
Yep.
kind of thing.
Otherwise, they are aggressively territorial, and their venom melts flesh.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a good thing.
Murder
Okay, no.
wasps.
We'll go
Most of these
through-
bones are of animals that got too close to the bone wasp main nest and were stung to death, which, kind of keeps the cycle going because there are more bones for the bone wasps to lay their eggs in.
Right. I think we might be best suited to try and like kind of skirt the edges. If we wanted to try and like produce a large amount of smoke somehow, that might like dissuade them from fucking with us. But I'm not
Well, if
sure how
we-
we do that in the open air here.
He licks a finger and holds it up. Is there a wind? What
No.
direction is it coming from?
There is
No wind.
barely any wind.
Of course. Well,
Can't your god like juju us up some wind or something?
I mean, I can do a number of different things. Producing smoke and fixing your flu. We're not either of those things.
Can you do?
It's unfortunate, yeah.
I can do it. Like I said, I've got a number of different tricks up my sleeve. I'm not a miracle worker here.
Can you pull a rabbit out of your hat?
That would be very impressive.
Not
Or
until
perhaps some
level
other
3.
small mammal.
All
It's
right,
right
never mind.
here.
Forget I asked.
Stage magic.
It's in the
Do I
Bible.
know?
that-
Do I know these beetles to be magic? Or
The
these flies or
wasps.
whatever?
No, they're not
Wasps.
magic. They are biological.
Okay.
Yep. And we are about at 11, so we'll take our
Yeah.
break here as you guys have
I gotta
approached
go
this
to bed.
bone wasp field. Shady, if you want to go ahead and give the break spiel.
Oh God! Oh no!
Pinning it on you.
Anxiety
Yep.
through the roof.
The anxiety.
Thanks everybody for tuning in to Irrational Radio tonight. This is Old for Gold Enterprises. We do this every Monday night. We have one next week, right?
Yep.
Okay. And every Thursday we do Table 13. We will be going this week as well.
Yep.
On Christmas Eve. So tune in then. We're going to talk a little bit more about Tasha's Cauldron and the contents of such a thing. We will not be resuming the Orphans of the Apocalypse game. So that will not be coming back up, but we are working on something to replace it with. So I don't know if it'll be the same day, but it will be a bi-weekly game that we will be replacing that with. So for now, it's just Mondays and Thursdays, and then the podcast every other Friday, Dragons of Paralandia, which you could find on literally 10 different places that do podcasts. So just search wherever you get them at, and I'm sure you'll find it there. Spotify is a for sure if you can't find it.
Podbean as well.
You can join our Patreon and get early releases to it.
Yeah.
On the Monday prior to the actual release. That's for $5 patrons and above. There's a bunch of different tiers and different rewards for those tiers. So if you love us and you want to love us more, like with money, then you can do that at Patreon. Otherwise, join our Discord, hang out with us there. We are doing a bunch of one-shots. Not just us, but other members of our community have started to run some one-shots. There's one run tonight for Monster of the Week.
Mhm.
So hop in there, get in some games, chat with us. And yeah, we'll be back in 13 and a half minutes.
14.256.
Yeah.
That's the one.
All right.
Fired.
We will be back. And we're back. This is Old for Gold. We left our heroes as they approached the bone field surrounding Pocket's Folly, the ruins that they are trying to delve for its big shiny gem in the center. But of course, this is the first obstacle, a bone wasp field, or a field of bleached bones laying in sand that are inhabited by large wasps. They
It
look
sounded better when you said bone wasps.
bone wasps, wasp bones, right?
Wasp
They look like this here. So they're big white wasps that actually take a few pounds of force to crush. You can't just slap these guys and they fall down. They're probably about 3 inches long, and yeah, you need like a good cinder block to crush these guys.
Are they harder than a rock?
No.
Then I can crush them.
You can, but you'd
was gonna
have
say-
to deal damage to your face if they landed on you.
That is something I've
Yeah,
probably done before.
You just
Right.
need to be an expert, get
Right.
right in there.
just
flip 'em
if
off.
you can hit, yeah, right, yep. But yeah, a
When
large...
you trade damage with them, it's just you smacking yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Ow.
Their venom is phototoxic, which means it reacts to sunlight. And also in the night they're less active than in the day, which is good because you're coming across this field in the night. Their venom is highly caustic and is increasingly caustic in the daylight, which it will melt flesh in the day in seconds. At night, it will scar and it will burn, but it won't actually melt your flesh off completely. And they do swarm. Their venom attracts more bone wasps.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Right. Nighttime. We should wait for that.
It
I
is
think.
night. Yes, you
Okay,
guys.
sorry,
You guys
I-
are traveling
it's
during the
confusing.
night. Yeah, I know,
Sir,
right?
it's
I
not time.
apologize. We keep waking up at night and
Right.
going to sleep at
At
in
day,
morning kind
yeah.
of shit, and it's throws off my internal clock.
My external internal clock.
Right.
Circadian rhythm. But yeah, that was tough.
Circadian rhythm.
Yeah,
Circadian. Right.
That's rough. But anyway, no. It's well, this will likely suck a bit. Is there? Let's see here. We could wrap up in sort of heavy claws or whatever, and hope for the best. If they do swarm up.
Well, I have a fun and dumb idea.
I think I like this.
Now,
Is the entire field a nest, or is it centralized in some areas?
It is centralized in some areas, and the bone wasp eats bones, and their nests are created by them extruding the bone that isn't calcium and some of the minerals, and they build these cells like wasp nests, but they're made of bone paste that are grafted onto the bones and skulls of different animals. So you can tell which skulls and bones are infested because they look mutated, because they've been eaten and then this wasp-like nest has distributed on them, almost like a bone cancer. So
Gross.
it's easy to tell which one of these have been chewed on and then nested in. Some of them are old nests, so the wasps have moved on, and some of them are still active. The ones that are still active vibrate slightly, as wasps are right now kind of dormant because it is nighttime. So you can hear some of the bones in the field rattling slightly as the bone wasps in their nests.
If we make our way through this field slowly and keep our eyes open, he goes through one of his adventurer's gears. Given that he is a priest, would it be realistic that I'd have a sensor in there?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
And he pulls out a sensor and some incense, and he says, "I can produce some level of smoke with this. and we could try to, ward them off. Take the path that has the least number of infested skulls.
I have an idea too. Here, hand me that sensor.
Am I talking to Archer or am I talking to our guide?
No, this is Skia, your guide.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Never mind.
Thank God. All right, hand it to her.
You sound pretty similar.
I know, I'm sorry.
He hands it over to her.
She takes it and begins stuffing it with camel hair. The smell is really bad, but it does produce much more smoke.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, that will do. I suppose we could do the same thing if we want now. Well, this would probably be enough. I will take point here, I suppose.
Well, Arlen, quick question. Your clerical abilities. What can you create fire? Can you juju up some fire for us? Is that a thing you can do?
If I had the ability to do anything that would help us in this scenario, I assure you I would have already done it.
Clericals like paperwork and whatnot.
Right. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, he has like the magic ability to write stuff better or something. I don't know.
Well,
when you ultimately get yourself killed, I'll bring back your body from the dead so we can have a conversation. In the meantime, we can use flint and steel to create fires, since that's a tool
do that?
exists.
Bring me back to life from the dead.
Oh,
not really. Just
Sergeant's
talk
got
to
his
you.
like flint and tinder out. Like, it's not that hard.
Well, I was gonna say we could light up the barrel of spirits here. I've had my fill, and blow these fuckers to high heaven. That's your
like
purview.
that idea a fair amount. We could
Sounds
make.
like a gross waste of. Well, you know what? Actually,
I mean, yes, but
sounds like a great idea.
exactly. Sometimes, like.
But if you feel like your sensor idea is a good one, then I've never really been led astray by you before, so I trust you on
I mean, we could do both, right? Like, sort of
Keep it as a backup, I suppose.
keep the sensor with us as we kind of try it. I mean, I guess we would be sort of like pissing off every sort of wasp in the area, probably by assaulting them with some sort of inflamed weapon.
Well, I
situation.
assume we would call smoke, though, right?
Yeah, maybe. If we could like, like alcohol itself will probably not produce much in the way of smoke. But like, if you found some other
Well, the
thing
barrel
to
would.
like put in there, sure, yeah, or like damp rags or something.
Camel hair.
Yeah, that might do. Could we shave these camels? That might be bad for them in the desert.
Well,
sun.
just pulling a
that
knife
would
out
be
forward.
pretty bad for them.
Well, I don't have much body hair, so I can't really like contribute. It's a lot centralized up here.
It's night. I don't think we're going to need too much smoke to get these wasps not to bother us. As long as we don't step really close to the skulls and the bones that are nesty, I think we'll be okay.
That was sort of my plan, but I think, yeah, we sort of got a couple of oh shit options in our back
Exactly.
pocket. And I think keeping the sensor with us isn't going to hurt anything. If we, might as well do that, and we'll keep the barrel ready to sort of assault a large number of them should they gather against us. Kind of
Yeah,
like hefts up, or yeah, you can by all means.
I was gonna say, would I have like, in my character portrait, I have like a little ascot thing.
Okay.
Could I take that out and like put it in the mouth of the barrel?
Sure.
Basically,
Yeah, absolutely.
the top.
The bunghole.
Yep.
Yeah, the asshole of the barrel.
It's
Yeah.
the bunghole. That's actually what it's called.
That's what it's called. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shove my Freddy from Scooby Doo ascot in there
Into the bunghole.
into the
Yep.
bunghole. I'm gonna
Excellent.
I'm gonna
We're
nature's pocket.
adults.
Nature's
Yeah.
pocket.
That's
Yes,
right.
right. All right. So you guys produce some smoke coming out of that barrel. Enough to.
I think it was just
The-
that's
yeah,
just a
that's-
just in
Oh,
case.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Backup.
that's the backup.
Sensor
Okay, the
is
sensor is the main.
Yeah.
So you guys are producing the smoke with sensor. It's like casting like a little circle of smoke around you as you slowly make your way through this field of bones in the middle of the night. The smoke does settle into some of the bones that have these nests as you guys pass, because much of this field has been nested. This is a fairly big bone wasp field, but you do make it through reasonably undisturbed. The only scary time happens when one wasp flies out of a skull, crosses your path, and then lands across in another nest and crawls back into one of the little chambers. That makes everyone stop for a second, but it seems to be fine.
False alarm. It's just a booty call.
Walk of shame. Wait, buzz of shame. I'm not sure.
Shame.
Yes,
We've all been there. I don't blame.
You can't. Yeah, it's best to just move along.
You guys arrive at the entrance to Pocket's Folly.
Oh my god, it's silly.
It's only taken 4 sessions for us.
Look
to
at us go.
Main goal, team.
3. Okay, 3.
3.
Yeah. We did it.
All right, campaign over, guys.
Congratulations.
Right.
Yeah, call that a game. We're out. Deuces. No.
Yeah, where do I put my XP?
Yeah,
right.
all of
Turn
the
that
XP that
It's
I
not about the
earned.
treasure at the end. It's about the journey, right?
And
It's
we
about
made
the
a
experience points.
All right. Well, we're here.
So this is
right.
the live Roll20 on the Old for Gold map. You guys are here in between these two broken pillars. There is kind of a indentation in the face of the mountain that has been blocked by several large bits of stone. So there is a slight overhang where you see that shadow or that green area there. That is where the overhang of rock is sticking over the area. It looks like someone has camped here recently. There is a circle of rocks with a little bit of burnt plant matter in the center there, and it's been long enough that it's definitely not hot, and what is in there has been bleached by the sun and the dry wind to the point of being almost petrified. But someone has stayed here recently. As you guys walk up, Skia goes, "Well, we're here now. I don't think I'm going to go inside. I prefer my skin."
Well, I mean, it's gonna be fine, right? We're trained professionals, and this is absolutely not our first time. I'm lying. We have no idea what we're doing. This is probably a wise decision on your part. And he'll just nod, kind of.
I will
I was
stay
gonna try and soft soap you.
and at least lead you back to the path if you come out with the eye.
All right. You're not gonna go all like Jafar on us and like collapse the cave as soon as we enter, right?
No, of course not. I promise.
Who's Jafar?
Sorry, yeah. Story.
My
Marco
nose is
Cortez.
bleeding again. It's so dry out here.
Yeah, I feel it too. I think I'm getting like a pounding in my wound.
Oh man.
Yeah, he
Um,
totally does that though. All right, Jafar, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the
He
Cave of
does, so you're
Wonders.
not wrong.
Yeah.
We're not going to dispute that.
I assume that it all, someone found a copy of
Aladdin.
1001 Arabian Nights, or no, yeah, the DVD of the Disney
DVD
version of
Aladdin.
Oh,
Aladdin.
for
That's
those
important.
of you, including
Sorry.
John too, who don't
Yeah.
understand, all sorts of people from all different universes and shit end up in Paralandia.
I
So
did
there
know
is like
that.
there is like a store in Arborea that's like got TVs and shit
Yep.
like on the shelves.
And Windows
Um,
for Dummies.
Yep. A
So
whole
all
bunch
of these
of
little
Windows for
like
Dummies.
fourth wall breaking jokes make sense because we could have heard about it from an Arborian merchant.
Yep. And
That's
all
how
the
we say it. That's what we say anyway.
right, yeah, exactly.
Right.
And all the
That's how we
Jesus
say it.
Christs are there.
Yeah,
There
that's
is
right.
a religion of revelationists that exists. So any character
Because
that
I
says
can't
Jesus Christ, yeah.
engage in any sort of conversation
Right.
without
Yeah,
eventually
taking the Lord's
screaming
name in
that.
vain.
Yep,
Yeah, exactly, yep.
Classic. I feel like that's not what they mean.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, that's not a conversation.
So you
that we need
guys
to
are
have.
at this indentation in the rock wall underneath the overhang, staring at this large pile of rubble that is in front of the cave entrance. You guys have the map of Pockets Folly that you have inherited from the last people that were trying to find this place. So you know where the entrance is reasonably supposed to be.
And this
And
is
bars lift gates, boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes.
Bars lift gates.
Yes, Ben Barsliff Gates.
Yep.
Mhm. Do it up. You were just
This is
punching
your
rocks and
opportunity.
shit. man.
Yeah.
This
One
is-
moment.
This is your wheelhouse.
This is my
One
chance.
opportunity.
Don't miss my chance to blow. This opportunity comes at least once every 3 sessions.
Or so.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. My
It
notes.
looks calm on the surface.
There it is.
All right, so you got a map, right? Like we know to get in here. We can feasibly do this.
I mean, you know, according to this piece of paper, it seems that there might be a tunnel on the other side there. But who trusts paper, really?
No, sir, we really have to work on your reading and knowledge.
Shakes his head. Never
Alright.
found
God.
a piece of paper that I trusted.
I'm not your mom. I'm not gonna force you to read. But just saying,
Gotta
it might
sit
have-
down and read 15 minutes tonight, little baby cert.
You can't make me.
I think getting in will be the least of our troubles. Is this where
Probably.
the entrance is? Where is it? He
Points
he's
at
looking
the
at the
rocks,
map.
I guess. It looks like, or I'm assuming that it appears that it's behind the rock
Yes.
wall here in this overhang area. Okay,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd say. Right behind all them big rocks there. It seems he's kind of holding up the map and trying to line up stuff, pointing. If I'm doing this right, anyway.
Well, let's hope that you are.
I mean, it's like pretty simple, right? Main shapes and things of that nature. So are you feeling like you might be able to shift some of that there rubble, Joel?
Can I pop my fake knuckles? Can that happen?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Do the knuckles on my construct arm actually pop?
They do, but it sounds more like piano wires being tuned. So like ting 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 ting.
I enjoy that. That's
Yep.
good.
So it's a crack of knuckles on the other hand, and then
Yeah.
piano tuning sounds on the other.
You have to be really like the first time you did that, you totally broke your other hand, like everything.
Yeah, like my thumb just didn't work for a little bit.
Oh God! Oh my hand!
All right.
Every one of my fingers.
So you're gonna do the bend bars.
Bend bars, lift gates.
All right. Go ahead.
Eight.
You have a move
8.
for this.
Nice.
It is 5 and a 1, so 6 plus 2.
Plus 2. All right. So what is that? Just goes that off without a hitch, or is there a downside to that? I'm not sure what that ability is.
There's like
So-
a
On a 7 to 9, it's at a cost,
Okay.
You.
All right.
but I choose 2. So I'm going to say it doesn't take very long,
Okay.
and nothing of value is damaged if there's anything of value in this rubble.
Right. Okay. And then you are going to take it at a cost here.
Sure am.
A second.
My hand breaks, the whole hand.
nothing of value
You.
was lost. Remember?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it one of these rocks is way bigger than you think it is, and you take it out of this pile, and you pull something really deep in your back. You're going to take -1 on strength. You're weak now after doing this.
No.
Schooled.
That's really
Just
not
got
good for
better.
me.
But you are able
Nice
to clear the stone and rubble away, revealing the tunnel behind it.
Arlen, how do you fix what I can only assume is broken back?
Well, I don't know. I don't typically throw my back out.
You're
Or I don't
old.
punch rocks and throw things that are much
alright, well-
larger than myself.
I've heard that like lifting from the legs helps.
I don't tell you that I disagree with your godly manner, all right? You shouldn't disagree with the way I deal with rocks.
I
trash
don't
cans.
disagree with it.
Or
I'm
the
just
homeless
telling you I
people
don't
with
face
trash.
the problem because I don't live the same kind of raucous lifestyle that you do. What
Yeah,
I would
quite
say
raucous.
is, good advice for you would be to walk it off and stop
That's
being
yes. Maybe
stop
rub
being
some
so
dirt in it.
rubbing some. I've heard that rubbing dirt in it will help.
All I've done is got injured for y'all. What do you mean?
The cave
Well-
beyond is very, very dusty, and there is large piles of sand in the corners, as well as some light cobwebs hanging from the ceiling. Light filters in from slats that have been dug into the mountainside that are probably several feet long and only, the size of a small fist, enough just to let in a beam of light to illuminate the stone walkway ahead of you. The path turns to the left as you're looking down the cave so that you cannot see all the way down.
Well,
Right, Archer. And he'll kind of just gesture toward the cave.
Yeah, I guess this is my job, huh?
Absolutely.
All right.
I mean, is there any other sort of preparation that we should do before we head in? He looks around everybody else, but I feel like he can go first, right?
well, according to the map, right at that about at where that bend is,
Uh-huh.
there should be a key.
What? Oh, that red stuff. Is that all
Yeah,
right?
there's words there.
Nah, that's it's
much
supposed
for
to be
teacher
maps.
training.
Maps aren't supposed to be words. They're like pictures,
Well,
right?
you see, in this case, the words actually help explain what's going on in the map.
He just
actually
furrows his
very
brow
handy.
and like stuffs it back in your like chest.
And I'm assuming that if they got far enough to put circles further on in the thing, there's some more. There shouldn't be any traps up until the doorway into the first room. So let's just be careful.
Gives Archer a thumbs up and says, "All right, then." Better
All
safe
right.
than sorry. All right.
He
obviously.
leads the way, stepping lightly over the stone floor. He reaches the curve, and he goes, "You gotta be kidding me."
Sertal, draw his bow and knock an arrow and follow after.
Around the
Yes,
curve,
yes.
you see that the floor has been dug out in a 10-foot pit leading to spikes on the ground.
All right. Well, somebody's already sprung the first trap.
Wait, so this is the first trap, though?
That seems like rather basic. Did they? I mean, I guess Sertuck will start he's got a spear as his melee weapon. He'll start poking the squares in front of him as he walks up to the edge of the spike trap. Try and make sure he's not that it's not just like a
Right.
psych out.
Yep.
And then and get up to the edge and see if there's dead bodies in the base of it.
There is a single dead body, and it is a orc, but that's just about all you can tell.
Seems like, yes, someone must have, unfortunately, discovered this trap the hard way.
Well, this was supposed to be the trap that made Pocket quit adventuring.
What?
This.
He points at a pit. The pit
Yeah.
has spikes in it.
Yes.
He looks on beyond it at the room past
The
it.
room past it is a large door that is open right now. It looks like it had been locked for a long time and recently opened.
Not by Pocket.
Not by Pocket, no. This would have been
Okay.
very recently.
No, this is maybe not great. Well, maybe it's our people. Well, I guess our first order of business is to get across this pit.
Yes. Right.
It's all right. I can jump it.
That's not a great idea, Archer. Here, we'll
I
keep you
can't.
around.
So you getting
Um,
across doesn't help us.
Right.
But if
we
I
all
have
jump
to-
over the pit, then I can throw you something, and I can make a
Sure.
rope bridge or something.
That I'd prefer that we had someone a bit more substantial holding the rope than yourself.
I was like, tie it off on something on the other side.
Okay, that's reasonable. Are we cool with that? Is that, well, here's the thing. How about I just like, I mean, maybe that wouldn't be strong enough. I was gonna say just shoot an arrow at something, but that's probably
No,
not.
it's not going to be
hold
strong
body
enough
weight.
to hold you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I suppose. I can't think of anything better.
It's all right. I think I'm the best equipped to jump across this pit.
Well, go
Yeah.
for it then, big boy.
Good
All
luck.
right.
He gives him a weak thumbs
He,
up.
he has the
hands him
rope.
a length of rope. or
Yep.
whatever, yeah.
Are you going to give him the rope, or is he going to hold on to an end?
I imagine just like give him enough slack to make sure he can make it across, but hold an end on this side and
Okay.
him hold an end while he's jumping.
All right.
Kind of an idea, I would think. Unless he has something else in mind.
No,
We
he's
could just
yeah.
roll it up and throw it at him when he gets across. It's only 10 feet.
Yeah, that's true. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter either way, I don't think.
All right. Well, he is going
Hopefully.
to. He's going to recommend he doesn't hold the rope because if he,
Right.
it's going to weigh him down. So he's just going to jump across and have you guys throw him the rope.
Okay.
He's going to tie it across on something. All right, here I go.
Good luck.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. That's not a good sound.
Got to look up his character sheet.
The corpse formerly known as Archer.
Yeah.
Cool. Nobody has to play him. All right. No.
Ooh. Yeah, he rolled a 4.
Well, that's not gonna.
He
do
doesn't
it.
get any pluses, so he goes, "Huh?" And he misses the edge by about a foot. There is a crunching sound as he lands on the, about 6 spikes, which are
boy.
driven through him. There is a gasp and then a at the bottom of the pit.
Oh,
Well,
Archer,
God.
are you all right?
I don't think he's all right.
um,
Oh no, that's not
He's
good.
not. He's not responding, guys. I'm not. It may have been knocked
So now-
unconscious by the fall.
so now in the future, when you make jokes about sending the recruits ahead of us,
What? No, this is literally what I was sending him in front of us for. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to just like fall on the jumping across a already sprung trap bit, but I mean, like dying in our stead is like what he's here for.
Oh, but he's just like 16 though. Oh, he
shit.
was 16.
That's unfair.
He's just a boy.
Oh, rough.
Oh,
I
the wall throws up.
All right.
Arlen says a prayer
Oh,
for him.
I mean, we could go down and make sure, like, maybe there's something we can do.
we shouldn't go down there. For
We've
many
got
reasons.
the rope. I could, like, climb down. You guys could hold it or something. No? All right.
No, that's not
I mean-
good. That's not a good idea.
Does he look like he's salvageable?
I'm pretty sure he
no.
looks very dead.
Yeah, one of those
Okay.
spikes made it through important parts of his neck.
Is he still alive?
That's supposed
No,
to
no,
be
no,
important
he is
parts of
dead.
your
Oh,
neck.
thank God. Oh, I was about to be so sad.
No,
he's
he's-
absolutely dead.
he
I'm
is dead.
sorry. I'm being a dummy.
Right.
I think it's funny.
I was like, oh, is he still like, kind of alive, but still
No.
dying?
Doesn't
We're just
No,
like
he's-
he's sitting there like, help! I've broken my leg. Well,
It's
it's
like, oh, he's
unfortunate that
gone.
he's perished. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm right here.
I'm
He was only
Better.
16.
I think I can stand on it now.
Throws up. You don't have to be that upset. Like,
No, it's fine. Really, I think I'll
Okay.
be okay. Just hang out down here until you guys get done. I'll come back for me. He was
Also-
so young.
No, he was so young. He is dead.
Yeah, it's easier to not actually address. How
Yeah,
sad
I'm
it
gonna
is.
pretend he's not dead because I'm gonna
There
feel a lot
you
better
go.
about myself.
Good
and be able to
Okay.
sleep tonight.
See,
right.
Yeah, classic psychopathy. Way to go. Hey,
Well, yeah.
no. So I think that the strat is, I guess, to just repeat his action. I'm not sure.
I
We
don't
could-
really, I don't like our odds.
We could go back and maybe take a board from the cart, fashion a
Right,
bridge.
but if we do that after he died jumping across, is that not like a sort of like insult to his memory or
Also,
whatever?
we didn't bring the cart with us across the.
That's
It
true,
would
yeah.
be
Wow.
it would be a dangerous trip back to the cart.
Not really
however,
worth it, I don't think.
I do think I would have brought an adventuring gear with me, but it's
I
clearly not
do.
going to have anything that's going to really probably help us.
Right.
Here.
Do they have
Yeah.
like pittons or anything like that?
What do you mean?
Gear?
Oh,
Like a
climbing gear?
grappling
The
hook,
things you
maybe?
nail into rock to
Yeah, like
run
nails
rope
into
through
rock.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
All right. So
Yeah.
what if
This
I
might have been smarter.
what if I
to look in
hammer
the
pittons
bag of
into the
tricks.
side of the wall and then we climb across?
Right, you had these the whole time.
Well,
Hmm.
I thought this.
I
Would
think
be
it's easier to
easier
not
task.
address it.
He nods and just says, "Yeah, I think that'll work."
Jalal just looks over the edge to the body for a minute and then throws up again.
Okay. Yep, that's my bad.
Oh,
oh my. Okay. All right. Yeah, easy time.
We're the heroes of this story.
Right.
Jalal's going
Clearly.
to go to the side of the wall and just start like using his arm to hammer pittons into the wall.
Okay.
Solid.
Yeah.
I mean, if just one of us gets across, we can do the whole. I don't trust myself on these peatons.
Well,
Right. I mean, it'll be rope either way, yeah. And you'll be climbing across a line, whether
Yeah,
we're
that's-
holding it
that's fair.
or the bins are, I suppose. But we could like tie you up and then like, you know, ferry you across or something. Gondola, that's what I mean.
Arlen
Right.
did come in like a wrecking ball.
Just
didn't
an old
make it.
saggy man naked on a wrecking ball.
He stayed,
Oh,
he
no.
stayed out like a wrecking ball.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
god.
We're gonna all die on a fucking 10-foot
Yeah,
spike
hey,
trap that's
yeah,
already been sprung.
You either burn out or you fade away. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
This is gonna be great. This will be a great adventure.
Okay. So I am slowly trying to, like, one at a time,
Yep.
hammer the pittons into the wall.
Yep.
Like hanging from one, hammer the next one.
Roll me defy danger.
I don't like this.
Mm. You use your best for it, at least.
No, I don't know if you can see it. We got an 8.
Nice. Excellent.
I can see that you need to clean your desk.
No, that's glue.
Paint.
and
Oh, glue.
paint.
So you make it halfway across, and nailing another pitton in, you, like, it kind of goes, you swing, and it goes a little sour. You hit the pitton badly, you break some of the stone, and it starts falling into the spike pit.
no.
I'm going to give you a ugly choice here. So your pittons are falling into the pit. So as you go to grab one, the bag of pittons is now loose and they're all falling into the pit. You can either let go, and I'll make you roll another defy danger to see if you can grab the pittons and save yourself, or you can just let the pittons fall halfway across the pit, 5 feet from the edge.
I'm 5 feet away from the
You're
other
5
side?
feet away from the other side. Yes, it would be possible to jump across without having to roll another defy danger for you.
I'm gonna let him go.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him go.
All the pittons fall into the pit.
And
So
I'm just gonna try my best to gain composure back from my
Okay.
entire very short life of binge drinking and whoring, and I'm gonna let that
Jalal,
fade. Hold on, I need a minute.
Holy
You let 'em all
shit,
fall
we're
into
all
the
gonna
pit.
die on this fucking thing.
now we don't
I'm
even have
alright.
peatons.
I'm all right. We're most of the way across. All I got to do is swing over, and then the next person to follow, I'll catch you. All right? So just stop talking. Don't interrupt my thought process.
Yep.
Gonna catch me like you caught those pittons, huh?
Well,
If I'm lucky, I'll just fall on the
desiccated corpse of Archer. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, he has taken up a good half a dozen spots.
Oh my
for you,
God.
So that might like help a bit.
All right, so because you lost the pittance and didn't make it all the way across, you're going to be able to get over. You're going to aid someone. You're going to aid. You can aid them as they cross, but each person that crosses has to roll a defy danger.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine for me. I'm over. It's all right.
Not quite.
You wouldn't be able to grab my robot arm from down there, so I wouldn't be able to continue this leg. It's important.
I think that, like, you know, we could just put a rope to the pit and then climb down around it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if absolutely.
But it's fine.
You trust my pittance?
I think we're gonna have to, regardless, if we
should.
counting on
You
you to
should.
help us across. Right?
Yeah, right.
But I think Zyrtec is going to say, "All right, so I just like run across here, and you'll like make sure that if I'm falling, I don't die, right?"
I'm sure gonna try, sir. I'm gonna be honest
Okay.
with you. It's not gonna be easy.
Is there anything over on this side that I could tie myself to make sure I don't go over the edge and I have
Yes.
like stability? Okay.
There are several pillars in the wall, as well as large pillars besides each of the doors.
I'm gonna push on one to check for structural integrity.
It is structurally integral.
Integral.
Yes.
And then
Load-bearing door.
Load-bearing.
I'm going to tie rope from my adventuring kit and tie it around the pillar, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna tie it around my waist.
Excellent.
Just long enough to where I can lean over the edge,
Right.
but not fall.
All right. So whoever wants to go first, Zyrtec or Arlon, for your defy danger roll to make it across the pit and pit.
Come on, Arlon.
I was gonna say, what if what if Zyrtec's on this side trying to like give him a shove as he's jumping or whatever, try and
That's
help
not
him
a
from this end, and then I don't know if that's a better idea.
I
or a
think
bad
Arlen
idea.
like shoos you away as you try to help.
Right, I
Try
could
to-
like
and it's-
push you if I time it right. It might help.
No, I'm still spry. I
Just
can
shove you
handle
into the
this.
fucking pit.
Oh God!
Not like intentionally, obviously, but just like boof, and it takes your waist out. and
Archer
you
has a
go
friend
down.
down there.
Like,
Oh, no.
oops.
Oops.
Yeah.
Defy danger with Dex.
Good
Yes.
luck.
Aided by Jalal.
So is that +1 forward? How does that?
11.
He has to roll
Oh, he's gonna.
an aid.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't need your help.
I'm
Nope.
gonna try to aid him
Well,
anyway.
Could make it harder
Okay.
for you.
He could.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I got an 8.
All right. Yeah. So you make it across with flying colors. You
Literally, you fly across.
Right.
dance on the pittance and then bounce over that 5-foot gap like a little old bunny, and you make it perfectly across. It's
I
fine.
told you that I could do just fine without your help.
Right.
Not to Jalal, to Sir.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
Arlen.
it was just like an alpha. All right. I mean, and then he's gonna like.
I'm not
I
some
guess,
I'm not
go
some
around.
geriatric old man that you have to take care of.
I
I
mean,
can still eat my own food and poop without other people's help.
Well, fair enough. All right, Arlen, I need, since you're so spry and youthful and such, I'm
I
going to
wouldn't
hold,
go so far as to say that.
I'm going to hold your hand, and on the off chance that cert starts to fall, we're going to have to be like a human chain. And you're going to have to go a little bit into the pit. I'm not
I'm
gonna
gonna
let
be
you
honest.
fall.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jalal. I'm not very strong. I'm certainly the weakest link.
Well,
right.
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
trust myself. I think your 3 feet less reach is probably going to be still a better shot than including me and my -1 strength modifier.
well, we can only hope that your prayers are answered. Come on, sir, get across.
oh,
You can do it.
yeah. All right. Yeah, no, I think it is probably best if he just like stands out of the way. He's kind of like going fucking goddamn Arlen and like yeah, move out of the way. Yeah, all right. I'm not especially strong either, but I think having two of us involved in some sort of hanging on thing will go poorly. And he will try and swing across. I
Okay.
guess. Oh shit! I keep doing that. Whatever. I rolled in the roll 20. I'm gonna go figure out.
Oh, you rolled a 5.
That's a 5.
That's good.
That's a good roll.
All right.
Very good.
I
Would've won.
need you to
Nice.
roll an aid there, buddy.
I mean, it's not gonna.
It might get you to a 6.
If he gets a.
Yep.
Well, that doesn't matter.
6 is still a failure.
Oh.
Yeah.
It only adds 1?
No,
I
it should
think
add
so.
2. I think if you roll high enough, it'll add 2.
Oh, if you get a 10 plus.
I
adds 2.
Didn't get a 10 plus.
All right.
Oh man.
What is what does this add anything with aid? Like, do you have like strength or dex or something like that?
Oh yeah, hang on.
Oh
Let
wait,
me
I
see.
can look too. I think.
Oh no, so a
your
10
interference
plus is
open,
plus
right?
1 or minus 2, your choice.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah,
But on a
it wouldn't
7 to
be
9,
worse.
they still get a modifier, but you also expose yourself to danger, retribution, or cost. Oh, interesting. Okay, but a +1 is not enough to help Sir
Okay.
Took. Yeah. So you're gonna take some damage here, Sir Took.
Cool. So what's happening?
So you take the pittance and try to get across and then jump that 5-foot gap. But the last pittant that Jalal put in breaks off the wall. So you do not get any kind of jump. You just kind of fall as you push your legs off of it. Jalal, you try to reach out and grab him, but you're too short. You don't have enough reach over the pit, and Jalal, you fall sliding against the wall.
You mean cert?
Cert, yes, cert.
Oh, gotcha.
Give me a second here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I did that right.
You take 50 damage.
No, actually, you take 11 points of damage as you
Okay.
hit the spikes below. I'm gonna say that one goes through your leg and one goes through your arm, but you were sliding against the wall, so you didn't suffer the same fate as Mr. Archer.
Alrighty.
But you are now at the bottom of like a 15-foot pit with spikes in your body.
Well, you can stand up. And
Are you okay down there?
not especially.
You've got a bunch of
Bleeding a
pitons
bit.
down there. You could definitely use to climb your way back up.
I think
Can you get
that's
those
not
for me?
really like how that works. I mean, I'd have to anyway. He like kind of grunt and wince as he's gathering those up, and he said, "I'm just going to like throw you guys a rope, and then we can I'll just climb up." And
Are you gonna be all right with?
Can we see like the damage that it's done to his body?
So one went
I'm
through
bleeding
his
pretty
forearm, and then one went through like his not calf. Calf muscle. Yeah. So yeah, it was just like the two limbs that kind of flailed out as he was sliding against the wall. Got hit.
Whoops.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She's sitting outside with
Okay.
Good. Okay.
Skia. Yeah.
Thank you. I can remember her name.
So yeah, you guys get the rope tossed up to you and drag a
Yeah, I basically try to like pull him up.
Right. Yeah, that was not great. Especially not fun. I guess I'll use some of my adventuring gear for that.
Yeah, you got bandages in there, I think.
Oh no, there's actual bandages.
Yeah, that's a separate thing.
He's gonna
Oh, gotcha.
put his hand on Sert's shoulder. And he's gonna cast Cure Light Wounds on him.
Ooh.
These aren't light wounds.
I mean, right, but I could do without the light ones as well.
So casting a spell, I roll a 10, so I don't expend a spell slot.
Cool.
Oh.
And I forgot there was other dice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are.
D8. You roll, or you regain 4 hit points.
Excellent. That slowed down the bleeding. I appreciate that.
If you need more, I can keep doing this. I just
I mean,
time
if
I
like
do
I
it, I
were to
piss off
rate
God.
my current condition on a scale of 1 to 20, I would say I were about a 13.
Well, let me try one more
Like, really
time. He like rolls up your pant leg and places his hand on the wound itself. And it is a 7, so I do expend a spell slot.
Okay,
But I
appreciate
do
it,
still
though.
get to do it.
cool.
Oh wait, he would have taken one less, right? His armor, does his armor
Oh,
apply
yes.
to that
Yep,
damage?
yep, it
Okay,
does
I
apply.
didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Oh, it's not a spell slot. I'm just barred from using Cure Light Wounds.
Cure Light
that
Wounds,
day.
yeah.
Oh, that
that's
specific
what happens.
spell.
Yeah,
Right,
that's what
even-
happens. Yep.
Man,
You regain 6
Cool.
hit points.
nice. I'm right back to full then. Excellent. It just kind of like, got a nice extra pair of scars now added to his
Yep.
collection. I appreciate that. And he like, make a fist and kind of test out his leg and stuff. It's like, that's much more pleasant. I will have to get
Right.
new boots though.
Just keep in mind, I
Looks
can't
down.
do that anymore today. So
Oh. He looks disappointed.
be careful about what you do.
Yeah,
Right,
you
well-
died. You still owe me. All right.
I am concerned that like the first trap, which was already sprung, has sort of exhausted your resources toward healing us. That's troubling.
The first trap that was already sprung about killed you and killed another member of our party. So
Sure, yeah, but right,
there was
I
a lot
mean,
of failing going on there.
He couldn't have like, that didn't take anyone else's resources, right?
He was. I mean, if you think about it, he was one of our resources, right?
Right. Yeah.
Just heads up. He was scared still, so
That's fair.
not take it too lightly.
I mean, it's a rough life out here, right? He kind of, I mean,
Well,
you
he
know,
did say yes to you saying that he would be a good like trap finder.
it was sort of like his, purview. I did not realize his age when I gave him that job, but I think it's, right, how he would have wanted to go out.
died
Like,
as he-
awkwardly scratches the back of his head.
He died as he lived, in the shadows. Very
Right.
edgy.
I think
Lots
that
of
works.
biking.
Yeah, it's a little pointier than edgy, but he kind of looks back down over the
Oh, God.
Oh
Well, the
no!
top-
Sorry,
back down
I
over
can't
here.
help
All right. Well, you guys are at the door
Yeah.
to the actual dungeon itself that is actually
Oh my God,
open now.
That's the trap. That's not a trap anymore.
Yep.
Congratulations. everyone.
Congratulations.
I'm not getting out of here alive, guys.
We only lost
Um,
one member.
We will end the session there. Pick it up on Monday as they actually delve into the Pockets Folly dungeon proper. Thank you,
Skeletons.
everybody, for watching. I hope this was entertaining. It was certainly entertaining to DM, that's for sure. Again, we are Irrational Radio. We do this every Monday. And you can check us out on a lot of other platforms, as well as check out some of our other products. Other than that, thank you very much again, and we will catch you on Thursday for more Tasha's Cauldron goodness. Have a good night, everybody. We will talk to you later. Goodbye.
Bye.